My name is John Stoll, and today we'll be going over how to add test exceptions for individual students who may need special arrangements made for tests. So what we can do is navigate to your course. So I'm going to go to my sandbox here. And in my sandbox course, I actually have a marketing ad project area on my left. I'm going to access that because that's where my test is posted. I'm going to mouse over and click these options here. So we're actually going to click Edit Test Options. Edit the test would take us to the canvas where we could add questions. The options are going to be your availability, your background options basically. This would be literally the test. So we're going to go in and go Edit the Test Options. And I'm going to scroll down. Now this feature is relatively new in Blackboard, being able to edit the availability exceptions from this menu rather than doing something with adaptive release, which is the antiquated tool. It still has uses, but in general this will fulfill most of your use cases. So what we're going to do from this menu is we're going to scroll down to option number 3, which is the test availability exceptions, and we're going to have to add someone to this group. So it gives us the option to add a user or a group. So if we had a group that maybe was going to take the test at a later date, or you just want all the groups to stagger and take the test at separate times, you could do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do add user or group. That's going to bring up a pop-up. Let me bring that over here so you can see it. And I'm going to select, I only have one person in this course as a student. I'm going to select that person and scroll down and hit submit. You can select as many people or as little people as you need. It's just a matter of personal need. I just need this one person, so I'm going to hit submit. And what we're going to see is now there's a table that's been created here with about 4 options. 5 if you count the remove. So it'll give you the name of the person, how many attempts that person's allowed to have, a user-specific timer, and availability customization. So we can change how many times a student's going to have to take this test. We could say he's allowed to take it 2 times. We can change the timer for this individual student to be twice the time that it was originally. And we can also decide whether or not we want it to automatically submit or not. In addition to both those options, we can also customize the availability of this test for this individual user. This is probably the most useful out of these options, where we can say that this student has until Friday to complete the test, where the rest of the students only have until Thursday. Alternatively, if the student's going out of town or on vacation and it's an excused absence, you can customize it so that prior to that absence they will have access, whereas the rest of the class will not. So if I click availability, it's going to allow me to set in dates just like we would do up here. But this will be specific for this one person. Only this one person will be able to use these dates. And if same would go as if it was a group. If it was your group, only that one group would be able to. So I can say from Monday until Friday, they'll be able to see it. And then that will complete this rule. If you ever need to get rid of the rule, it's as easy as hitting this X button. Once you do that, it will get rid of the rule and it won't matter anymore. But that's how you would add that exception. The only thing I have to mention of note here is this option. Do not allow students to start the test if the due date has passed. So let's just say this due date was, I set it for March, so let's go 1 month here. We'll say the due date was on the 1st. Well, you'll see that my availability is set for the 2nd until the 6th. This student would not be able to submit anything because the due date has been passed and this option was selected. If I deselect this option, all it will do is this student will be able to submit their test, but it will be marked late. This is the only way this can work. These tools kind of conflict, the due date versus the availability. So as long as we have this unchecked, they should be able to get in there and submit. You'll just say that it's late and you'll have to go in and take a look at it before it's automatically graded. But beyond that, that's pretty much the only thing you'll need to worry about in terms of these extra settings here. The password would still take effect. They would still need a password and all that. But that's how the exception would really work. You would set it up here and just customize it to what is needed. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. If you have any functionality questions, how you can use this. If you have any technical questions, I recommend contacting the help desk. As always, you can reach them at 513-556-4357. Thank you and have a great day.